back to the channel. It's your boy Dr. Horsepower. We're back with yet another banger, and today we are at Jordan Performance. As you can see here, we're loading up my 2023 Hellcat RedEye Jailbreak onto the dyno. Dodge claims that these cars put out 807 horsepower. Now, there's been some debates back and forth with these last calls. There's been a lot of issues. Some are supposedly running low numbers, some are running too high, like factory freak. So we're gonna put that debate to rest today. Let's go and check out and see what my car is able to put down. Let's go. Oh man, these boats. Heavy cars actually cracked the wood trying to get the car up onto the lift. They call these things boats for a reason, guys. So we're actually gonna do our best to cool the car down. I drove about 2 hours to get here, so I pulled in, the car is heat soaked, so that might affect my numbers some, hopefully not too much. We'll see what it can do. I'm honestly hoping for, I'll be high with upper 600, so 807 horsepower. When you deduct, because it is an automatic, when you deduct the, 15% drive terrain power loss, that should put me around the 680, 690. And with me being heat soaked right now, I'll be happy, honestly, with like a 675. So let's see.
And this is a long-winded explanation, but in an effort to standardize horsepower ratings across all manufacturers so the consumer can reasonably get what they expect to pay for, they have criteria that the engine has to meet and do repeated runs to achieve a target power. And so on the dyno, you have a correction factor, SAE, STD, there's a few other ones. So in theory, if a Mustang dyno is calibrated correctly, meaning the weight of the vehicle is correct, the year, make, and model is correct, the gear ratios are correct, versus a dyno jet, they should be pretty spot on. A dyno jet, you can't input anything. When you press the button, all it's measuring is drum acceleration and speed. From those knowns, it calculates horsepower, and then if you give it an RPM signal, it backwards calculates the torque. So you can't, there's nothing I input. When I press the button, it just starts to read. And when I stop the button, when I press the button, it stops, and that's the end of it. And so I can't go in the computer and change anything other than I could manipulate the weather station. I could get, I could take a rag, get it wet, put it in a microwave, and have, a high humidity, high temperature cloth or paper towel over the weather station, which will change the data relative to what it really is, and that would skew the results. But you would also see that in the correction factor. You would see, like here we are sea level, even though it's hot, today, before we even do a run, I'm gonna guess you're probably gonna have a 2 or 3% correction factor. So you're gonna see on, when I do your runs, it'll say 1.02, 1.03. That means because the conditions today are less favorable than what a SAE certified run would be, you get a little bit of a bump in power, right? So it's taking your raw data, which I can show you too, as uncorrected, and then because we're a little hotter and a little more humid than the SAE numbers, you're going to get a little bump in actual power. So your uncorrected maybe 600 horsepower, but when you see SAE correction, it might say 630.
Gotcha.
It's correcting for the fact that today you don't have as good of conditions, so it's reasonable to expect the engine to make less power today than it would on the perfect day.
I see.
So that's a long-winded explanation to your question of, is it comparable to a Mustang? I would argue it's more realistic, because from the dyno operator perspective, not that I would, but I can't manipulate anything. I can't go in there and tell the Mustang dyno a different make, model, etc. That not that people do that, but if you're trying to tweak the results, you have have more freedom on the dyno operator side with the Mustang dyno versus a dyno jet. Long explanation, but
that's all right.
That's the long and short.
Well, I tell you what, I won't hold you up no more. You go ahead and do your thing. I'll be back here just admiring the beauty. So guys, as you can see, he is very, very knowledgeable with what he does. He specializes in Mustangs, as you can probably see back there behind me. I'm not sure if my camera picked up my initial question, having issues with this thing wanting to record and overheating, but I had asked him what is the difference between a Mustang dyno and a dyno jet, which is what we're on now. And so that was the explanation. And with that being said, man, let's get this party started. Let's go in here and let's see what kind of numbers we're able to put down. How we looking? Oh wow, 687, yes sir. And that was 5th gear? 6th gear, all right. 196 mile an hour. That's insane, man. That's insane. The first pull is normally the best, right? Because it starts heating up a little bit.
I mean, you got the chiller. We'll see.
All right.
I'll do one more and see.
All right.
I'll do one more in 6 and see, and then we'll do a 5th gear.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so we're reaching the numbers that I wanted to reach. It's actually doing a lot better than I thought for the car to be hot. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna try switching gears and try to get as close to that 1-to-1 ratio. So 678 on that one right there. 661 torque. Power drive. All right, so not bad, not bad. So normally the first pull is always going to be the best because the engine's at its coolest. So I expect it's only going to go down from here, but we'll see. We never know. I think we're going to try the different gear now. Let's see. So, oh, scary number there, 666.
Fuck this.
Fuck. All right, so I'm thinking the 687 is what we're gonna go with today. Most definitely, we're gonna ignore that 666. So yeah, it's definitely getting a little warm, right?
I can feel the heat in here.
Same here, same here. But man, I'm happy with these numbers. I was honestly expecting it to be more near like 650. So I'm beyond ecstatic, man. 807 to the crank, so I know it's gonna lose what, maybe like 15% to the wheels or so, give or take.
Roughly.
All right, so I'm happy with that, man. We'll go ahead. I'm gonna step out the way, let him start getting the car down and everything. And if you stuck around for this long, man, I greatly appreciate you. All right, man, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.